he left for Vietnam. He's not being replaced. I am second lowest in seniority, so I'm probably next. And whoever's left behind, they gotta they gotta do more with less, because that's what they always say. But they won't even tell us how much more. They say, "Oh, your output's not enough. You're not doing enough. You're not producing enough articles to justify your staffing level." Okay, how much do we need? Well, we can't put a number on that. It's just we just do more. It's like either they don't know what they want, or they do know what they want, and it's to get rid of us. Because it genuinely feels like we're being set up to fail. Because I asked explicitly twice, okay, if we're not doing enough, how much is enough? They won't say, or they can't say. Oh, excuse me. Just some nebulous more. It's like that's not good goal setting. It's like I don't want to I want to exercise more. No. I'm going to exercise 4 days a week. That's an attainable goal. Read more? No. I'm going to read 1 book a month. Yes. Okay, are we... No, we're not leaving yet. Oh, sorry, I missed... Okay, we are leaving. Hang on. I missed a message in chat. Hey, Nyland, welcome in. Before you got ill, you point out to your manager you did something in the same length of time he did, only he tried to use AI and you tried to work out how to do it. And there was a change. A lot easier for me to fix what you did, but he couldn't because he didn't understand what the AI had done. Yeah, cognitive surrender. Why learn to code when AI can do it for you? Why learn why learn other languages when AI can interpret them for you? Shit, why learn to read when Adobe can just summarize every document for you and turn it into a podcast? God. It's like Adobe, LinkedIn, and Twitch when it comes to watch streaks. Just the most desperate. Okay. Oh, how? Okay, our food is still good. I saw toxic fog, but it was a 3-minute warning, so I think we got away with it. What are we? There, have a. In honor of Larry, have yourself a carrot, Astrid. There we go. I have 1, 2, 3, and 3/4 cans. Okay, we're actually in decent shape, paint-wise. So maybe we might be a bit more aggressive with warding to sleep or lures. Do we just go? I think we just go. All right. Now, this is going to be a rare instance where we're not going to dilly-dally, because we do have to come back through the muskeg. We're going to hit the fire, and we're going to hoof it to Broken Railroad. So we want to leave time to come back here, take the long way to Hat Creek, take that transition cave, and then we'll will go to Milton the normal way rather than doing the Marsh Ridge Goat, much as I love it. But yeah, I will tell you this, Will. When I got here, I was pretty sure this is as good as it's gonna get in this line of work for me. You know, we have the parent company, who is a tech company. They are doing very well for themselves. But despite that, you know, they are quite insistent that we turn a profit. So basically, our upper management has been having the whip cracked on them, and so they in turn are cracking the whip on us. Like, ooh, Mega Torch?
This
Yeah, Mega Torch.
handy.
Yeah, so budgets have been cut, rosters have been cut, and just like there's no, you can't find examples of, you know, businesses cutting their way to growth, but does that stop them? Does it fuck? No press freedom on this side of well, we're having booksellers just picked up off the street and taken to jail. So ain't exactly sunshine and lollipops out here either. Well, we'll see. We'll see. It's like a middle ground, probably maybe something like how would they call it, like corporate communications, like not PR. I would go back to McDonald's before I do PR or marketing, but you know, something like, you know, communications for a nonprofit, a real nonprofit, not like FIFA with a like an $18 billion surplus still somehow crying poor. You know, like, you know, a nonprofit, an NGO, or a university, something like that. You know, a field where people have left newspapers, gone there, and done well. I just have to convince those people to hire me despite not having any experience in the business.
This will come in handy.
Okie dokie. That's all fine. Yeah, you're going away. You're going away. Honestly, I'm done with these. You're all going away. Okay, yeah, I don't know. Even if I do, things are unlikely to get better from here. So even if I get a surprise and they say, you know, we're gonna, yes, you're next lowest in seniority, but you know, we're gonna remove someone else. I don't know how. I don't know how I'd look at that, because if we were like if somehow we cut enough to where we were profitable, what we would offer people is a shell of what we do right now. So I mean, newspapers have been a dead industry walking since like the early to mid 90s. But I mean, it's important work. But shit, man, I got bills to pay. Now it's grimly amusing that in a situation like the CEO of Kraft and use it. Oh yeah, trying to use an LLM as a lawyer. That worked out well. But he's still there. Well, I mean, because he's CEOs are there to perform their fiduciary duty and deliver profits for shareholders. As long as he does that, they can embarrass the company however else they want. I mean, shit, Elon Musk is still CEO of SpaceX, Tesla, and Twitter, despite the regular embarrassing things and quite possibly felonious things he does. Because he does a CEO's job, not take care of the workers, not make the product better, deliver profits to shareholders. And that does sound slightly hypocritical because I own stock, right? I am loosely speaking a shareholder. Now, those shares are via index funds, so I'm buying the entirety of the market, but I do have stock. But I do not have an interest in maximizing profit above all. Like, if the stock market was, say, to only return 5 or 6% a year, as opposed to whatever gangbusters it's currently doing, but they help make the world a better place, pay their workers fair wages, you know what? Fucking awesome. I'm all on board. You gotta run? No worries. Well, appreciate you hanging out and have a good day. The plan is to stream tomorrow. It is a working weekend for me, so I will be working on Sunday, but I'll have the evening free. So the plan is to come back and do more of this. And not do another 6.5 hour stream, finish at 3 a.m. and then go to work. That is that would be unwise. Also, hey, Northern Lights, good to see you. Welcome in. Happy Saturday to you. Okay, I'm gonna roll the bones a little bit here on that ward staying up. Okay, we can probably do that one more time. But then we do have to go. Okay. Andiamo. Although speaking of scheduling, I do need to kind of keep an eye on the clock here, because I am working tomorrow. So, but I think, yeah, we've been going for about 2 hours 45. I think at the very least we can get to the broken railroad fire. That's going to be what? Number 5? DP, Coastal, Bleak, Muskeg, Broken Railroad. Yeah, 5. So we could conceivably do the back half next time. what would it be? Yeah, Milton, HRV, Mystery Lake, PV, Timberwolf. Now there's more travel there. Got to go through like, oh, and Ash, right? So the back half of the notes plus Ash Canyon. Nope. Okay, check for bear. But I will say, we're in a much better position as far as like spray paint goes. So we haven't been dropping as many lures. We've been letting D-dubs come after us. So if we wanted to, we could pick a building somewhere along the way and just hang out for a while, drop ward after ward after ward. We just got to remember to have spray paint left over at the end. You're not a streamer, so you're not going to enter the challenge, Nyland, but managing to regular Darkwalker, never done. Oh, absolutely. If you've never tried just like the regular Darkwalker challenge, strong recommend for me. As I say, I'm biased. It is my favorite of all the in-game challenges. Like, it does make you approach the game in a different way. I say just like the sound design alone is absolutely S tier. I'll no word of a lie. When I just started playing TLD before I started streaming, I played Darkwalker in a well-lit room in the middle of the day, and I was still on the edge of my seat just because I was so unnerved by everything I was hearing. So yeah, if you've never tried it, absolutely give it a go, and get yourself a couple nice shiny badges while you're at it. Okay, we are leaving at 34%. That's okay. Now I will say one thing, Nyland. If well, I guess if you cared about spoilers, you wouldn't be here. But if I was to leave you with one tidbit before you do, 'cause the game will certainly not tell you this. The Darkwalker moves vertically as fast as it does horizontally. Verticality means nothing to D-dubs. And like the main effect of that is the Darkwalker climbs much faster than you do. So if you're climbing up from Milton Basin to the farmhouse, or if you're climbing either down into or back out of the HRV basin, you'll want to make sure you have some coverage, like some distance or a lure that the Darkwalker has to go get before it can come bother you. Because you will never be more vulnerable in this challenge than when you are climbing. Come on, girl. There you go. yeah, because it's on Voyager settings, so loot is going to be abundant. Food and drink, like you're going to be loaded down with sodas and flares and matches. Although there really is no need to start fires when you got a series of conveniently located campfires there for you. And in addition, because it's Voyager, you also have the Predator grace period in the first 24 hours and Voyager health regen. So if you're struggling, like if you get into a wolf tussle, or if you have a close call with the Darkwalker and you take some fear damage, you don't need to panic. Just make sure you get your meters filled up. You have a good sleep, maybe a single herbal tea. You'll probably find some along the way, and you'll be right as rain in no time. God, it feels weird walking past a maple sapling and just not doing anything about it, but curing is not. It is not beneficial, even as slow as we're taking this. Okay, check real quick. Looking for movement, seeing none. Yeah, we're already at 15% toxic fog, but one thing we can do, we're gonna go check the maintenance yard, see if we get a stim down there. And then we'll come back for the fire. Normally I pop off a warning shot just to spook the wolves and see where they are, but we do not have a lot of ammo. So we're gonna do this the slightly foolish way, and we're just gonna walk right in. One does not merely walk into the maintenance yard. There is an evil there that does not sleep. Plus, the other thing we're doing is we are drawing the Darkwalker closer to us, so it does not harass us at that choke point on the way out of the zone. Because I have had that happen to me many times. Okay, clean entrance. Ooh, maple syrup.
What have we here?
It's maple syrup, I asked her, and I just said so. Just chug that right on down. No. What are we after? Well, I'll certainly take free coffee. Yeah, honestly. Oh wait, I've been denying myself more socks. In these certain DP, I'm going back by Ravine, BI, HRV, and back to Ash via Mystery Lake and Winding River. I mean, DP is a very good spot. Yeah, starting in a dead end zone is your best bet. Could be DP, could be HRV. You know, see what works for you. I will say that I am using kind of like the tried and true speed running pathing. Actually, you know what?
this.
Sure. Hey, there we go. That's something we were definitely after. Yeah, so starting DP and coastal. I take the goat down to the ravine to save time and effort, but if you're not familiar with that goat, it might not be the best approach because there are a lot
You never know. Could end up being useful.
of kill walls around there. So you might want to do that the old-fashioned way and then just take the rope down. Because you have DP, coastal, into the ravine, down to bleak,
I'll take it.
and then like we're doing now, Muskeg, Broken Railroad, Milton, HRV, Mystery Lake, PV, Timberwolf, Ash. But there are many ways to do this challenge. Ooh.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Is that better? It is technically better. But yeah, find whatever speaks to you. Whatever's the most fun, because fun is why we do this. Okay, water-wise, we're totally good. Okay, we're starting to hear the music, so let's be motivated. Okay, let's go out this way. You won't do the ravine goat. You're not good. Okay, that honestly totally fair. I will say it is a useful goat to know, but yeah, don't. There is no need to rush into it. I will say I do have a whole YouTube playlist of useful goats. Not to engage in even more shameless self-promotion, but here we are. But no, most important thing, just dip your toe in, enjoy your time in the challenge, and whatever strategies work for you, roll with it. And if you try it and you don't like it, at least try it.
Nobody needs this anymore.
Okay, so D-Dubs is definitely close, which is good. Because we want it over here, so it's not going to bug us on the way out there.
Man, this package gets kind of heavy.
Yeah, no, yeah, no. Okay, let's get nice and hydrated. No, we are heavy. We can do some things about that. Yeah, we don't need 2 sets of antibiotics, I'm pretty sure. All good, all good. You have to see you keep getting long COVID brain fatigue, so if it triggers that, may need to pass. Yeah, that's totally fair. Okay, it is, I mean, short of misery, it is definitely more stressful and more mentally taxing than your usual long dark experience. No question about that. But yeah, give it a go. If it doesn't work, or if it sets that off, then hey, at least you tried, and now you know. Um. Okay. Please do not go out. Okay. It's almost. And we're almost fully rested. On the end, 2 months ago, you were struggling to play anything, so things are improving, if slower, and you're like, okay. Hey! Progress is progress. Even if, as you say, it is not at the pace you would prefer. Okay, what are we... Yeah, we're gonna leave. We're gonna go into the Muskeg, down to Hat Creek. So where are we? 45%. We're probably gonna get woken up here. We sure did. Okay, not a big fan of the way those numbers are moving. Hey, we got well fed. Huzzah! Now, what happens if we take a left? Don't like that. Well, okay, now we're kind of leveling out. Okay, now we're going the right direction. We like that. And we got the title.
It's huge.
How do you know? You can't even see it. Okay, yeah, so the sensible thing to do would have been to drop a lure back where we slept, but a little late for that now. It's all right though. I think we have enough get up and go where we should be able to at least have, yeah, we should be able to get rid of the anxiety before leaving the zone, so we can travel down into
Space.
the Muskeg without feeling quite so harried. Yeah, we're gonna be just fine. We will stop by the exit though,
Moving out there?
and make sure we drive up the fog timer. No, up the percentage, down the timer. Right? Timer ticks down, percentage ticks up. Okay, there you are. Boop. And boop. And boop. Lovely. Now the lovely part is, since we're warm and we have such high quality clothing, we don't have to start a fire and drop a ward to milk the clock. We can just hang out for a bit. Matter of fact, we might actually want to look into using more spray paint because we have quite the collection, and it is going to weigh on us as we go. Even though we do have the moose-hide satchel and well fed, so that's an extra 10 kilograms of carrying capacity. I guess theoretically, technically, you could go get the backpack in Ash Canyon and get yourself all 15 bonus kilograms, but boy, that would be ambitious. Okay, we have 8 minutes. Yeah, okay. You know what? We're gonna ward it up. So we have what? 3, 6.5 cans. Yeah, we're all right. Okay. Um, what else do we need to do? We could try some repairs. Do we need to do that? Not necessarily. I would prefer to touch up the revolver. I know it's not a good use of our ward time, but the condition is such that I worry if we encounter a bunch of wolves, we are going to get down into misfire territory. And all apologies to people who hate this sound, because I know there are many of you. Okay, 7 minutes. Okay, that's probably good for now. I'm gonna break that down. 14% torch. Okay, let's try to stay topped up. Let's sleep for 2. Okay, still good. We got Dougie Fresh on the fog timer. Okay, what's the plan? As this goes out, we can drop by poachers, see if there's any good loot there. And I think we turn around, go up Hat Creek. Take the transition cave. I think, is there more paint in there, or was that no? It was the bleak transition cave that had extra paint in it. That's fine. Now, we're going to have to climb up to Milton. But that shouldn't be an issue. Because we have, yeah, I've got a go drink and 3 stims. And coffee. Yeah, I got 6 coffees plus a tin. So, yeah, we wouldn't necessarily need to stim. We could just take the first climb normally. And if we're tired, pop that go juice. And we'll be halfway to the farmhouse by the time we crash. Okay, here's a question. Do we raid the farmhouse? My question would be, for what? Our clothing is excellent. Food-wise, we're doing okay. We got lots of crackers and energy bars. We got some heavy stuff in peanut butter and pork and beans. We have a decent amount of water. Is there anything there we actually need? Arguably, no. Oh, we're up to 3 minutes. Yeah, I think we leave with a 2-minute warning. Even if that ward isn't fully spent. Yeah, I don't. Okay, where was the key last? The key was on the Carl Bob in the barn. Maybe. Yeah, there's really no reason to. Because when we're on our way back from HRV, we can hit Gray Mothers. We can hit the. Okay, 2 minutes. We got 88%. Yeah, Gray Mothers, the Credit Union, the Orca. Yeah, we don't need to hit the farm. We can save that time for on the way out. All right, let's go. I do not want to lose all that food. We've already lost 1 batch of food to playing it a little too loosely with the old fog timer. But again, that was a learning experience for me. Even as much time as I've spent in this challenge, I never actually pushed the fog timer below 2 minutes. I thought when it hits 0 is when the fog hits. Turns out, no. Well, okay, I guess it depends on your definition of hit. Okay, not to go full rules lawyer, but I guess it's a cascade of effects. Like when it hits 1 minute, your food spoils, and then your clothing starts taking damage. I think when it hits 0 is when you start suffocating. Excuse me. Okay. I see bear. It is in an extremely inconvenient spot. So we're gonna swing wide and hope like heck it does not show any interest in us. All right, you know what? That will do. Right? Right. Just don't stop. Keep moving. Hey, thank you for the follow, Lazy Bacon. Appreciate that. Hope your weekend's going well. We are, well, currently things are unsettlingly quiet. After so much time having Darkwalker breathing down our necks to have things be just ever so close to being like regular long dark quiet. It's a change. Okay. Hat Creek, I think is, yeah, right up that way. But while we're in the neighborhood, we'll check on poachers. You haven't tried the Darkwalker challenge? Well, like I was telling telling other folks earlier. In my opinion, I think it is well worth a try. Like if you're a loot goblin, there's still lots of loot to be had. You know, if you're looking for something that makes you play TLD in a different way, it's got that. Because in most game modes, you don't have an invisible, unkillable force of nature hunting you down. And as I have described Darkwalker as the closest TLD gets to survival horror. So if that is something you enjoy, you got that going for you as well. Okay, take that. Absolutely take that. No. Okay. More ammo, always welcome. You think you will once you complete Cartographer and Tales. Okay, so not anytime soon. And that's totally fair. The most important thing is you play the game in a way that brings you joy. On modes that bring you joy. So if you're enjoying sandbox mode and you want to knock out Faithful Cartographer, awesome, do it. And you want to do all the tales? Great. As we like to say in the community, the only wrong way to play the Long Dark is to not play the Long Dark. So enjoy. Okay, there's our timer. Just make sure we are on the right path. We are. I am going to be a little bit of a scaredy cat. I'm going to drop a lure right here. I'm going to leave. We can afford the paint.
Nothing good about that sound.
Yeah, it was never going to stay quiet, was it? Yeah, and I think That's one of the things I really appreciate about the community around TLD is there's not like a lot of like the difficulty shaming. Like you're not a real long dark player unless you do pure outer no
Really not
Goa.
alone out here.
No. We got people who play, like I said, Loper, No Goa, Misery. We got people who play, Pilgrim, Voyager, Stalker. And folks show up and watch. The most important part is you're having fun. I mean, yeah, there's some comedy. These community events. Yeah, there's some of us are more competitive than others. I am not among them. But even so, it's all very good natured. Okay, there was that. Kind of expected that. In fact, significant Pilgrim just because they can have a nice relaxed. Exactly, yeah. Just fire up Pilgrim and vibe. Enjoy living in the world. Do exploration. And TLD is like life in that there is no, one set win condition. And because of that, you can make your own. Do you want to fully map the world? You want to make a full set of animal hide clothing, or do you just want to survive one more day than you did during your last run? It's all valid, and it is all the right way to play TLD. When you mentioned you got to 500 days in Voyager, the streamers are lower or more difficult, and then said that wasn't real. Yeah, and I think because this is we got to be real. TLD it's an indie game with a niche community, and like as indie games go, it's big and successful, but it's still an indie game. Like we are not, Fortnite or Minecraft or some such. So yeah, I think it's we are happy when we meet other people playing the game and enjoying it in whatever form they choose. And it's awesome to see.
Okay.
Because again, even if you're on Voyager, you can do creative things on Pilgrim and Voyager. And you can try shit on Pilgrim and Voyager you could not get away with on other difficulties. Stewie, you've had half the players you've watched recently are doing Voyager. Yeah, and because people like different things. Some people like the seeing maximum difficulty challenged, and some people just want to have a chill place to hang out and admire and chat. Different strokes for different folks. You lost your overrun due to a bug on 9-day 900. Eee. Ooh, that is rough. See, it restarted on Stalker. Well, hey, you work with work whatever whatever works for you. And yeah, I would personally I would need some time away from the game if I got that close to 1,000 days and then lost the run to a bug. But If you can make it work, awesome. Had a bunch of bases crafted up, and yeah, oh yes, we absolutely get attached to these saves. Like when I nearly threw my run that was close to 500 days, when I pulled Astrid's Bacon out of the fire, I was having tears of relief. Okay. So we're just gonna hang out here for a bit. When your Voyager run reaches conclusion, death, or retirement, thinking what you want to play is Voyager animals and loot with local weather. Hey, there you go. And the nice thing is, at some point, Hinterland is going to deliver on the expanded custom settings, and you can do all that and more. Like you could put like Voyager loot, but say maybe no rifles. You know, whatever. Because you have made it to 50 on Interloper and you enjoyed the harsh weather. Okay, hey, awesome. Is it making your computer crashed? Oh, when we rebooted, your run was totally gone. Holy crap. God, that is heartbreaking. Like, falling through the world is one thing, but it's, yeah, a crash. And because it was probably, because it wasn't something on Hinterland's end, probably not much they can do for you. Ooh. Man, I mean, it's cold consolation now, but that absolutely sucks. I'm sorry that happened to you. There's making shoot it back then. I mean, if you have a run that's, that close to something that difficult, maybe, but I don't know about should. Like, the game should work properly. So, it is not on you for not having a backup. You cannot plan for computers not functioning properly. We're at the other saves real quick, trying to log in, but ending up in another old dead run. Ugh. Awful. I will say though, you are inspiring in me a sudden desire to back up my own long run, because I am also pursuing 1,000 days. Not to day 900 yet, but we're chugging along, and I would hate to lose it. I mean, I hate to lose it, period. Let alone in a fashion like that. Okay, let's grab a little bit of a nap here, so we're fresh going into the Milton climb. I'm gonna sleep 3 because we're not very trusting around wards these days. Very rude. Yeah. Oof. I mean, I think we have we've passed 1,400 hours played of Long Dark on Steam tonight. But if I lost a long run in that manner, I would have to talk myself into picking up TLD again, because I would. Oof. That is a betrayal of trust of like Greek tragedy proportions. So where are we? We are at 71%. See, how have we done? Ravine 74. Better than last time. Broken Railroad 89. Okay. DP 98, and then we lost a bunch of food. Leak 90, big improvement. Coastal 77, that could have been better. Crumbling 80, okay. Muskeg 73 and counting. You're at 556 days, Nyland. Just started Buried Echoes. You remember the chemical boots you got from the trader back in Coastal. Oh no! Well, I will say that if you're in the zone of contamination, your odds of finding more chemical boots are pretty good. But I would have a backup pair that is disposable just in case. Like if you've got deerskin boots, maybe don't wear those when you're walking through the Schwutz. Nothing else crashes the EH quite the same. I mean, fair. There's a yeah, TLD occupies a very particular place. $75. We're probably yeah, I think that ward's gonna run out before we get down to the 3-minute timer. Do I drop another one or do we just go? It is 20 till 1 in the morning. Okay, tell you what we can do. We'll get to the Milton fire and then we'll call it a night. We'll get there, we'll sleep, we'll save, and then yeah, we'll have Milton, HRV, Mystery Lake, PV, Timberwolf. You left all the canisters you collect. Ooh. Oh, in the depot. Okay, yeah, if they're in the depot, you're fine. Yeah, that's not that far away at all. Excuse me. Okay. Weight-wise, we're okay. We get those pork and beans at some point. We have 2 go drinks now. So maybe we do the first climb regularly. Second climb, we go drink it. And then we save the emergency stims for actual emergencies. Look at that. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 cans. How are we for coffee? 7 cups. Plus a tip. Okay. Yeah, we are just fine. As long as the moose isn't standing between us and the rope. We should be able to get in and out without much issue. Did I say it's closing in on 1 a.m.? Yes. Yeah, it is 12. My computer tells me it is 12:44 a.m. No, 12:45 a.m. now. Yeah, this is my usual streaming window. I will it's usually my way to wind down the evening. It's like I'll get home from work. I'll tootle around, maybe complete some projects, do some cleaning, what have you. Go exercise. And then yeah, for the last few hours of the night, I will stream. But again, because I am given my night owl tendencies, better for me to do that than get up at whatever 4 or 5 in the morning, stream then, and then go into work. That would that would not be a good product. I feel fairly confident in saying. Okay, once this ward goes, we go. Woo! Okay, did I say I was gonna do the first climb? No. We're gonna coffee before the first climb. Then we go drink for the second. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, I see one. I see one jerk. We can just swing this way. Actually, now that I think of it, does the moose even spawn in Milton Basin anymore? It used to be a pretty reliable spawn, but nowadays, it's up by the park office. Arguably an even ruder spawn. It's not down here anymore. Okay, well, oh well. Happy memories. Yeah, I think earlier in my long run, I had the moose down here, and we got it, and basically I just survived purely off of that moose meat until it ran out. Then I left. So it was pre-scurvy, so vitamin C wasn't an issue. Hello, Bun Bun. Goodbye, Bun Bun. Where am I? I'm in Hong Kong. For now, anyway. There is a decent chance I'm gonna lose my job, and if I lose my job, I lose my work permit with it. So either I find something else here, or I gots to go because I am not independently wealthy and cannot afford Hong Kong rent purely out of my savings. Uh, okay, don't need that. And we know no critters on the climb. Okay, we start with coffee, as many good things begin. Woo! Trestle, yeah. And like, the hell of it is, I know the position is being eliminated. They just refuse to say when. So I don't know how long this is going to be hanging over my head. So I think I'm just I'm gonna be proactive and start looking for jobs now. If it's wasted effort, oh darn. Here. We've had coffee. But what about second coffee? So we do need to have some clearance because we know D-Dubs is going to be making a beeline for us, Y-axis or no. Come on, girl, you got this. Yeah, there you go. Good stuff. It won't be wasted effort if you find something. Yeah, that's the idea. But in this job, in this job market, who knows, man? Yeah, so there's so many listings out there that are like ghost jobs, like they're they're listed, but companies list those jobs with no actual intent to hire anyone for them. So I don't know. We'll see. All I can do is, handle what is within my control. Everything else we'll deal with it as it comes. Okay, I did say we weren't going to look for the key. But I think I'm actually going to look for the key. If for no other reason, it'll give us a better bed, and we can take a quick gander. See if there's any loot in there worthy of the name. Not sure why I would want charcoal, but okay. Lovely. Gonna drop a ward now. Cracker, yes. No. We're gonna do some cursory looting. Nothing too energetic. We want walking around food and caffeine.
Best be prepared for anything.
I guess. A rainbow trout is not walking around food. I don't care what the kids on the internet tell you. Ooh, yes. Oh, another is that?
Use this.
Ooh, I mean, good condition, but I think I'm gonna stick with what we got. Okay, here. Where is the pork and beans? Eat the pork and beans. There. Inventory management bit by bit. Okay, hang on. Before we sleep and sign off, because I will forget otherwise. grab the water. Okay, anything else of note? No, we're not going to check the trash cans. I'm slightly scared. I'm gonna go for 4. Okay. We got just enough time to get out. We got half the diary pages. We've been going for 3 days. We have five and 3/4 cans of spray paint, which is much better than where we were previously. We are rolling a little heavy, mostly because of the spray paint and the flares. I could drop them, but why? Okay. We're just about to pick up our 6th note. So that's actually a pretty good spot to call it. So tomorrow, we hit the Milton fire, HRV, back through Milton. Grab some walking around food. We grab coffee from the credit union. We grab snacks from the Orca. Leave. Mystery Lake. It's not going to be a shit show like last time. Leave through Winding River. PV. Timberwolf. Ash. Yeah. We could conceivably knock out a run on the first weekend. Now, it won't be it won't be a winning run by any means, but at least we'll be on the board. Now, real quick, okay, it does not. It only gives us the in-game time elapsed. 3 days, 18 hours. Okay. We'll see. We'll get there in the end. Anyway, we are gonna leave it there. Pretty solid start. We're better paint-wise. Our clothing is in good condition. We bounced back from losing all of our food and broken in the Desolation Point. Think we're doing all right. We get on the board, then we start fussing over the details. But yeah, thank you everyone for hanging out with me tonight. Appreciate y'all. I don't remember if I said so earlier, but thank you to QC Gaming for following between streams. Thank you to Pickle Lil for the Prime sub, and thank you to Lazy Bacon for the follow. But yeah, appreciate y'all being here. Yeah, Lazy Bacon, Nylan, Stewie, Will, Pickle Lil, Northern Lights, Lily, Cy, Tina, Pancake, all you fantastic people. But yeah, thank you chatties, thank you lurkers, and YouTube friends, I appreciate you being here. We'll see you all next time, and bye for now.